guys, Cubehamster here with the tutorial for the weaponized Atlas Mech. This is a controllable two-legged robot with a cockpit, which you can get into, with a missile launcher and an autocannon. Yeah, I'll be showing you guys how to build it. So let me just quickly fire the weapons because it's fun. So like I said, it has a toggleable missile launcher, flint and steel on this piston will activate it. And it has an autocannon, which works by placing TNT here, and we'll launch it. And this missile will explode on impact. But yeah, I'll show you guys this quickly. If it lands on like a big enough surface, it'll stop and trigger. You could add more TNT to it. It's up to you guys. So yeah, let's continue with the tutorial. Okay, to get started, we have to figure out where it's going to walk. I'm going to make it walk into that direction. So let me start with the feet, the toes, I could say. 2 legs. Kind of spaced out like this, and I don't know, I made the legs look like this with a sticky piston facing down. The sticky piston facing down, that's important, and the spacing between it as well. But you could probably make the legs shorter if you wanted to, as long as you stick to the whole 12 block push limit for this bottom segment, and that's including the sticky piston. You can make it look whatever you want. Beware though that slime blocks stick to the ground, so you don't want that. By the way, if you are wondering how many blocks you will need to finish this beast of a machine, I actually added the numbers in the description of the video. But yeah, making it walk that direction, so let's continue. Then what you want to do is you want to power these pistons. So my mech is walking in this direction. Go down like this, and then we can put a normal piston there. And then we actually need a redstone block there. So when this is going to retract, and the other ones get pushed forward, it's going to do the leg movement. And we have to do that on the other side as well. I'm a bit ill, by the way, so that's also the reason why this tutorial took a little bit longer. Yeah, so that's the next part. Then we continue up even further and make like a position where the next piston can push the segment forward like this. And we can go even higher. This will be hooked up to a piston engine for the right leg. And on the other side we'll do the same. Like that. So you should have ended up something like this. And now I want to start placing the pistons that power the machine, the engine. And it's a good idea to get a non-movable block like a furnace. I'm just going to use obsidian because I hate left-clicking furnaces. You can also use note blocks, dispensers, that sort of stuff. What you want to do is you want to place a slime block here and then block it off with obsidian so that the piston doesn't extend. But we'll just leave the obsidian here for now, just to avoid any incidents. Then a normal piston facing the other direction. So this is like a caterpillar engine, something I've covered a lot in the Ultimate Slimeblock tutorial series. And if you're interested in doing stuff like this yourself, then I highly recommend you go check it out. It's 3 parts now. I'm still planning lots of more parts, but I'm very limited on time at the moment. But it shows you like mechanics, not so much building particular things, but just mechanics that you can use to do this stuff on your own. Then a normal piston down here, and we will jam this as well. Slime block, power the piston. This one is going to eventually power the other piston when it gets pulled along. And then at the top, something a bit different.
the sticky piston is actually one block back. And we will actually pre-power this one, and that's why we needed the single redstone torch. So when you want to stop your machine, you'll place the redstone torch down, and it will jam the top engine, stopping the machine. And then with the redstone block on top, like that. So we should have ended up with something like this, and I think like in the next segment we'll attach all these engines in a circle, like a clock, and we will be able to test it. So that's going to be cool. So let's try and hooking these up. It's fairly simple. Place a normal block there, normal block there, normal block there, slime block there, slime block there, and normal block there. And now, hopefully, if I remove all the obsidian, you will have your walking movement. And we still have to do the cockpit and towards the arms, but yeah, the main mechanics are done now. The rest is just going to be attachments, and the way you would stop this is by placing a torch after it moved. So be careful in survival though, because if this thing starts walking and you're not, you're not able to stop it, it's going to probably bump into something and you'll be in trouble. But yeah, that's the main mechanics. So let's give it some shoulders, but before we do, it's a good idea to keep these jammed for now, just to avoid incidents. What you want to do is place a normal block here. We will use a sort of instant caterpillar that's in sync with the other one. Again, something that I've covered in the Slimeblock tutorial series. And we'll jam this one as well. And it's powered like that. This one actually will have a block on top which will power another instant piston caterpillar. Let's just leave that for now. And you'll end up with arms like, I don't know, like this or something. This is modifiable. Just have to make sure that this piston is now pushing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I actually got one too many, it seems. So let's move this up one block. There we go. Let's double check. That's 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay. So this is the limit for the arm. And you can attach stuff to that, of course. But yeah, same deal on the other side. Normal block there. Then instant caterpillar behind it. Block it off. Normal block on top for the next engine. And then we go down. What did I do? Like one block down? Sure. This can be a slime block as well, but for looks, whenever I can, I try and use normal blocks just to give it a bit more color, I guess. And then a block there. Does it look good? Yeah, looks pretty good. And no, that's fine. Well, I guess what we could do is we could get already prettied up a bit. You can place a redstone lamp there, a redstone lamp there, and a redstone lamp there, and then place like a normal block there. Just give it a bit more, looks. But yeah, that's the sort of arms / shoulder segment, and now next up will be the cockpit. So we are slowly moving towards the cockpit now, but we're going to go kind of along the back of the head and then overlap it and then cover the fronting glass, protect you against arrows and stuff. So what I'm going to do is going to place another one of these piston caterpillars here. Redstone block on top and to the side like this. On one side, you can actually place a slime block there if you want, and then a normal block there. And we're going to do a similar thing on the other side. Well, slightly different though, but so again, block that off for now. We go up like this. We have a normal piston here, but here we are actually going to go place a slime block there, and then we get a different piece of quartz, and I would like it to face this direction. And we can't actually place a slime block here though, because we will go over the push limit, which is not what we want. And this block is gonna be the one that is pushing the boat forward, and this one is just for not getting shot in the back while you're in the boat. Although that's still definitely an option, but yeah, you'll see what I mean. So yeah, that's the back of the head. Now for the cockpit, we'll use whatever color stained glass you want. We'll get like a sort of staircase going on here with a block there as well. And for the other piston, same deal with the block there. And then you can place stained glass there, here, and here. And the way we're going to power this piston is actually with the block all the way up there. So yeah, that is pretty much your cockpit. So I guess if we double check, count the blocks. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So you can't place any glass on the top one though, which is a shame, but that's just the way it is. But this should already pretty much work. So what I'm going to do is remove the obsidian. And now, hopefully, there we go. Working cockpit. So the only thing to do now is the arms, and yeah. So I have the blaze gun, but it really doesn't work. So I'm not that tempted to do a tutorial on something that doesn't really work. So I'm just going to use like standard arms maybe for it to grab a tool, or we'll figure something out. But first let's try and stop this without breaking it. There we go. Yeah, there's multiple things you can do with the arms, but yeah, I'll give two examples, I guess. One for the left arm, one for the right arm. Okay, so I actually did figure stuff out, and instead of normal arms, we now have a toggleable missile and an autocannon, which is better than just holding items. The arms have to, like the layout changed a little bit, but I will show you guys how you can add these awesome weapons. So let's continue the tutorial. Before we get started on the weapons, we should fix the layout of the arms though, because at the moment they're incorrect. The layout had to change a bit to accommodate a missile launcher and an autocannon, which I think is a very good excuse to make some changes. So for the right arm, we end up with this one, and for the other arm, it should look like this, with a block on top, which we'll need for a caterpillar, so like that. And then if you go into the cockpit, there's actually two blocks missing here right now, which is this one and this one. And these are needed to push the boat forward when you are like starting the machine. But yeah, two different arms because two different weapons. Bear in mind though that if you were to mirror this tutorial, you could give your Atlas
2 missile launchers, and of course you can give it 2 autocannons as well. So that's optional, but I will show both. Okay, let's see if I can make this missile thing in one go. What you want to do is you need a piston facing backwards on top of the normal piston. This is to cause a block update when you fire the missile. Then we'll set up for what seems to be a piston caterpillar, but it's a piston caterpillar that doesn't work yet. And the way you will start the missile is by having a piston push this sticky piston down into the position where it can function as an engine. We don't have that right away. Then we have, standard pushing piston there with a block, and next to this one we'll have a normal engine. And I'll wait with the redstone block for a bit there. This one will just update. What I can say about this engine right now is this will just function as like a normal segment being pushed forward, meaning that if you move your robot without the missile being triggered, it will just push the missile along with the same speed. As for this stuff, we need TNT, obviously. Not much, because tiny missile. It will do the job though. And then redstone block there, and you have your missile. So now whenever this thing bumps into something, this TNT will get pushed next to this one, next to the redstone block, and it will activate. If you want to add a bit more TNT, that's fine. Just remember that pistons can only push 12 blocks, and we are pushing 6 blocks right now. I mean, if you wanted to, you could do it like this, for instance. But I don't know, I prefer it to look like this. That's up to you. Then for the trigger mechanism, we will need a butted piston. But before I place the piston and have it butted, I'm going to place a furnace so I don't accidentally launch my missile. And I suggest you do the same, because that would suck. That could cause some serious damage. Anyways, piston facing down. We can butt it now because there's a furnace there. Then slime block there, normal block here. And the reason this normal block is here is to, whenever I push this piston forward, it will, push the butted piston forward as well. But this thing will extend if you don't jam it, and this block here will be above the extended piston, making it unable for it to go down. Now the only thing we need to do is we need to hook this up to the robot, and we are very limited on the amount of blocks we can use, but we actually have I think this segment is at 11, so we can add one more thingy here. And for sake of having it update or follow up fast, we're going to use an instant triggering caterpillar, just to minimize the delay a bit. Although I guess it's not really that important. I guess you could move the forward one as well. I don't think there would be an issue with that. Do I want to? No. Does this look weird from behind? A little bit. Okay. No, I'll move it forward one for aesthetics. I think this is a bit different than the original, but I don't care. It doesn't matter. Let's see. No, I think this looks kind of similar. So yeah, and then you can remove the furnace. So now whenever you flint and steel this piston, it should launch the missile. And I guess if this looks the same, if you have the same one I have, it should work. But let's just move it forward just a little bit. Yeah. As you can see, the thing is not updating, which is what we want. There you go. And we stop it. So yeah, missile launcher. Let's continue. Autocannon. I want to attempt to see if I can do this one in one go. That'd be pretty awesome. You have the piston down there pushing stuff. We also have a caterpillar piston up here. And this one is, you know, slow. Slower than the other one. Then over here we will have what seems to be a bit chaotic, but is actually kind of clever. So the way this works is it's a T flip-flop sort of idea-ish, where it will get pushed along like this and it will get pushed along like this. And I guess I can actually place the redstone block there before I forget. This is needed to toggle the launching mechanism of the TNT. Block down here, then we go a bit to the side and we get two pistons, and because we have two segments and there's a 12 block push limit. Then we go up, and as some of you guys may or may not have expected, there is a block update detector here. And why is it there? Why would it be there? Well, oh, this allows this T flip-flop thingy to toggle it. So the only thing we need now is we need a way to activate the TNT. This slime block launches it forward, and I want it to launch it the moment TNT is placed. So we need a block update detector right next to this redstone block. So this is going to be a block update detector. And then we go up, and I need this to push it forward, and I need this thing to also toggle this. So I place redstone block there. So now this redstone block toggles the T flip-flop, and this redstone block also makes sure that this piston extends the moment it goes, and pushes against it. So I can actually fire this one now. There we go. So there's your autocannon. It doesn't shoot very far, I have to admit, and you actually have to walk on the arm. And I have to add as well that this is probably more complicated than it has to be. I already have a lot smaller, a cannon that's a lot smaller, but I think the mechanics on this are cool, and it kind of looks like a real gun. So I'm just sticking with it. Now the final thing, this is very important information if you want to use this in survival, the placing of the boat. So what you want to do is maneuver yourself to where the redstone torch is, and then from the torch position you place down the boat on this slime block, and then when you're in it, these two blocks or one of them will push you forward, and you'll still be able to reach the torch. So now if you want to start it up, remove the torch, and yeah, you will have your Atlas walking about. If you want to stop it, whenever the slime block has extended, just place a redstone torch that stops it, and if you press shift you'll end up on the boat or maybe on the side, and you can get out. And it is recommended though to make sure that you end up in a position where you can always reach the torch. So yeah, I would really love for someone to actually build this in survival. I guess some people might build this in creative just to figure out how stuff works and maybe come up with your own designs. But yeah, if you do build this, just send me a tweet on Twitter, add my name in it, and I'll see it, because I would love to see this used in something. I don't know, like maybe blow up your friends or on a public server. It would be amazing. So I hope you guys enjoyed. If you're still watching, and if this helped you out, be sure to leave a like on the video and subscribe if you haven't already. And we'll see you all later. Bye bye.